Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Farhana Islam, Associate Professor, Gynae and Obstetric Departments, Akhi Jaddin Medical College, Khulna. Today we are going to discuss about the as a whole management of the diabetes mellitus, which includes investigation for diagnosis and assessment of the mother diabetic control and assessment of the fetal well-being. At first, before that, we should discuss about the preconception counseling. In case of diabetic mother means diabetes mellitus before that pregnancy. If she wants to going to be pregnant, we should properly counsel the patient about the good glycemic control, because there is if a patient is in good glycemic control and then she conceives, then there is a risk of congenital anomaly reduce up to 0.8 to 2%. So that this to avoid the congenital anomaly baby or any morbidity or any mortality of the baby and any other morbidity of the patient, we should counsel the patient about the control of the glucose level before that pregnancy. So that we should advise the patient to control the blood sugar before that pregnancy, and by any method like control of diabetes, by diet control or exercise or any medication like insulin or by any oral hypoglycemic drug. And we should give her folic acid supplementation before pregnancy for 3 months to avoid any complication of the any complication like any congenital anomaly of the fetus. To avoid that, we should give her folic acid supplementation. So this should be the total morbidity, mortality and management should be discussed before the pregnancy with this diabetic mother, and then should offer the pregnancy. Now we should discuss about the management of the diabetes in pregnancy or gestational diabetes. In gestational diabetes, at first we should monitor the patient by blood sugar monitoring, close monitoring and fetal assessment also. We should offer her a regular antenatal checkup, and this patient should be managed by joint venture with endocrinologist and dietitian together with obstetrician. So that should be monitored but closely in antenatal period. We should target the blood sugar level. Fasting should be 6. Before that, we should know that the hypoglycemia is more dangerous than the hyperglycemia in pregnancy, because hypoglycemia may also cause fetal hypoglycemia, which may lead to hypoxemia of the babies also. So that blood sugar level not so strict control in pregnancy. Fasting target should be 6, and 2 hours after breakfast or after meal should be within 8. And hemoglobin A1C, that means glycosylated hemoglobin, should be targeted below 6. This aim should be given throughout pregnancy, and close monitoring of the blood sugar. We should teach our patient about the monitoring of the blood sugar. Like that, she should be managed glucometer in the house, and she should monitor the blood sugar every third day. Like today and that means twice in a week, and should monitor and should be noted in a notebook. And after every 15 days, she should check the blood sugar in laboratory fasting blood sugar and 2 hours after breakfast, and then should go to physician to control the diabetes properly, and should also take the note about the glycemic control in 15 days, and then adjust the medication to check this blood sugar level. Before that, we should aim that to manage the patient, 3D is there, like discipline, diet and drugs. These 3 main heading is to be followed, should be followed to manage the diabetic. At first, discipline. Discipline means, at first we should talk about the discipline, which means that their daily household activities or her regular diet intake and regular cleanliness and few light exercise. This includes discipline. And then diet. What is diet? Diet, at first we should control diabetes by diet control. Diet control means avoidance of sugar containing food like sweets or high carbohydrate diet. This should be avoided, and total calorie intake should be 30 kilocalorie per day in normal weight patient, and in overweight should be 24 kilocalorie per day, and in case of grossly morbid obese patient should be 12 kilocalorie per day. And in this diet containing carbohydrate 40 to 50% and protein 20% and fat 20 to 30%. This meal should be taken, not 3 large meal. We advise the patient that these 3 large meals should be fractionated by snacks and meal. 3 snacks and 3 meal. No large meal. Large meal which causes a sharp rise of blood sugar level, which should be avoided. So that these large meals should be fractionated into snacks and meal. This should be ideal for the pregnancy in case of diabetes mellitus. And this fractionated meal causes a certain control of the blood sugar level, not increases the blood sugar level sharply after meal. And this diet should be followed. Then this is called diet control, avoidance of sugar containing food, and meal should be taken by fractionated way. And then drug, discipline, diet, drug. When we should be given the drug? At first, in gestational diabetes mellitus, blood sugar if within 8 to 11 gram per deciliter, then we should offer the patient about the diet control and discipline. And after 15 days, we should again check her blood sugar fasting and after breakfast. If the blood sugar level rises more than 11, that means 140 milliequivalent per liter, that means 11 milligram per deciliter, then we should offer her insulin, because and always we use short acting insulin, because if there is a long acting insulin for long time and if patient not taken food properly, then there is a chance of hypoglycemia. To avoid this, we should given her short term insulin. Short term means those insulin which act on before or 4 to 6 hours, and so that we given her short term insulin for 3 times daily. And when blood sugar level more than 11 gram per deciliter, then we should adjust the insulin dose after checking the her blood sugar. When there is an advance the pregnancy, need of insulin should be increases accordingly. And now this is the diet, discipline and drugs. Now Before starting insulin, another important things are patient should be teach about the hypoglycemia, symptom of hypoglycemia. If there is any symptom of hypoglycemia, patient should be monitor her blood sugar quickly and should take in sugar containing drinks quickly so that reverse the blood sugar quickly and fetal affection should be less there. Now, this is blood sugar monitoring of the patient in pregnancy. And now, what are the fetal assessment? We know that we should done ultrasonography for the fetal well-being and fetal assessment. In first trimester, we should done some biochemical marker also to detect any congenital anomaly like alpha-fetoprotein. This alpha-fetoprotein, maternal serum alpha-fetoprotein, can done throughout first trimester, second trimester, third trimester because of detection of the anomaly, fetal anomaly, and should estimated the hemoglobin A1C also. This hemoglobin A1C is that means glycosylated hemoglobin represent the last 3 months blood sugar control. It is also a marker for fetal monitoring. Because of that, when there is a glycosylated hemoglobin raises, there is a chance of congenital anomaly of the fetus. Chance of also increases. So that hemoglobin A1C is also a marker for the fetal assessment. And other assessment is ultrasonography. Another marker is the ultrasonography. Assessment for ultrasonography we done in first trimester because of the dating of the pregnancy. Many patients in our hospital that came from remote area cannot talk about her LMP, or in advanced pregnancy there is a chance of macrosomia, so that we may be confused that there is a maturity also attained. So dating ultrasonography is important in case of diabetes mellitus. We should done at dating ultrasonography within first trimester, within first 3 months of the pregnancy, and then we should done anomaly scan. That means anomaly means any structural anomaly, any congenital anomaly is there, which should be done within 22 to 24 or 26 weeks around. There is a 4D ultrasonography should be done to assess any congenital anomaly of the fetus. And 32 weeks onward, we should done serial ultrasonography 3 to 4 weekly to assess any complication of the pregnancy, like diabetic complication like any polyhydramnios or any chance of hypoxemia or any chance of macrosomia. These complications should be monitored in latter months of pregnancy and by ultrasonography. Then those are the fetal monitoring. And now delivery of the patient. There is a good control of the blood sugar and no other complication like any other maternal or fetal complication, and average size baby should be terminated at term, whether wait for spontaneous onset of labor or by induction of the labor by any method like surgical or medical induction may be given. And in case of during delivery, we should always assess delivery by autograph and should be strictly control the asepsis because of there is chance of infection in case of diabetes mellitus. So that there is an asepsis should be strictly maintained during delivery. And always should be avoid any maternal injury or fetal injury. If there is any macrosomia, should be monitored before that and should be delivered safely. And we should avoid the instrumental delivery today nowadays. In case of those are the precaution during delivery. And after delivery, there is a chance of PPH because of there is an atony of the uterus due to over distension of the uterus by polyhydramnios or macrosomia. So, and there is a chance of also an infection, sepsis. So, those should be in mind during delivery and after delivery, and should be avoided by proper management. And in case of if patient is in diabetes controlled by high intake of insulin, or there is a chance of any complication like macrosomia or polyhydramnios, or there is chance of preeclampsia, this over distension may complicate the patient by preeclampsia. In those cases, or previous history of cesarean section, in those cases we should deliver the baby within term by within 38 weeks, because around 38 weeks, because there is a chance of unexplained intrauterine death in last 2 weeks of pregnancy in case of gestational diabetes or diabetes mellitus in pregnancy, because there is a high blood sugar level which causes lactic acidosis. This directly affects the fetus and may causes hypoxemia and fetal death. So, we should avoid these last 2 weeks in case of uncontrolled diabetes in pregnancy, and should be monitored closely. And if there is a chance of prematurity, or there is if any complication about or confusion about the last menstrual period or maturity, lung maturity should be attained by taking dexamethasone injection, because in case of diabetes mellitus, type 2 pneumocyte which secrete the surfactant, and this type 2 pneumocyte synthesis should be delayed in case of hyperglycemia, so that lung maturity attained lately. To avoid this, we should give in the patient dexamethasone 12 hours per 2 doses for proper lung maturity. And then during cesarean section, and this if those conditions occur, so should be delivered by lower uterine cesarean section. And in case of cesarean section, there is maybe chance of postpartum hemorrhage, so that there is a large placenta, and large placenta when separated, there is a chance of atonic uterus and large bleeding points, so that there is a chance of PPH and macrosomia, polyhydramnios, large placenta. Those are all causes atonic of the uterus, and there is a chance of severe PPH in case of diabetes mellitus. So that precaution should be taken during cesarean section also, and there is also chance of sepsis. So proper antibiotics should be given. After delivery of the baby, there some complication may occur in case of diabetes mellitus, because of there is diabetes pregnancy, because when baby is in utero, like in fetus, he was on high glucose level, that means high glycemic area. After delivery, this macrosomic baby may causes, when there is a cut of umbilical cord, there is a blood glucose level may be abruptly there is a hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemic environment after delivery, there is an abrupt fall of blood sugar level. So there is a chance of hypoglycemia. This hypoglycemia may also causes hypoxia and neonatal convulsion, coma, death, even death. So after delivery, some precaution should be given, and blood sugar also monitored the baby and neonate, and should be early feeding should be established, so that proper care should be taken newborn. In prolonged morbidity, in case of 50%, this gestational diabetes mellitus, in case of within 5 years or within 5 to 10 years, may chance of frank diabetes mellitus in 50% case. And in 50% cases, there is a chance of recurrence in future pregnancy of gestational diabetes. So that proper monitoring should be continued, and in gestational diabetes mellitus, after 6 weeks of delivery, should be done of oral glucose tolerance test to see that there is a diabetes also continue or not, so that close monitoring of the patient should be done after delivery also. This is all about the diabetes in pregnancy. Thank you all for patience hearing.